All right, welcome back, welcome back, welcome back. So, if you made it this far, then you ready for the show. Let's get into it. Let's go. This is the final edition of Battle of the Brands, and pretty much we're gonna compete Netflix against Disney, and we're gonna see who come out on top, who's the winner when we ask 3 questions, who has the best growth, or the most potential for growth, I should say, who has the most potential for sustainability, which one do I see going down the long term, will last longer between these two companies, and which one is the value. And when I say value, I mean which one has the biggest bang for its buck. Like if you buy it right now, are you getting a value for your dollars? Are you pretty much going to get growth out of it? So value kind of ties into the growth question if you really think about it when it comes to stock. But without further ado, let's get into it. When it comes to growth, instead of just giving you the winner right off back, I'm going to give you what I think about both of these companies when it comes to growth. So when it comes to growth, Netflix has 167 subscribers in 190 countries. They do have original content, so they do have brand recognition. And like I've said, I don't think their current subscribers are going anywhere anytime soon, but they have listed in their 10K that they do understand that some subscribers share their password with friends and family, which kind of hinders them from growing. And on Disney side, they pretty much launched Disney Plus in November, had 10 million subscribers on the day that they launched, and then 5 months later have 50 million subscribers. Boom, boom, boom. And pretty much as growing like a kid hitting puberty. That's all I'm gonna say. So when it comes to growth, we have to give it to Disney and the Mickey Mouse crew. So yeah, Disney takes the win on growth, and then they have more growth ahead of them, so that's why they kind of win on the growth part. And like I've said, growth ties into value because as they grow, the company will become more profitable. And then I would see more growth anyway just because of the original content side of things. So they have huge box office hits. They have 21st Century Fox now. So you're gonna have huge box office hits that you can turn into spin-offs of television shows also for Disney Plus. And then you factor in Hulu and ESPN, and you get all of that for like $12.99. And then your most expensive Netflix subscription is like $15.99, and your cheapest like $8.99. So you got to give the growth side to Disney Plus. It really isn't even a competition at this point at the rate of growth from Disney Plus versus Netflix. So we're just gonna move right past that one and go into sustainability. So with sustainability, this one is a little bit tricky, because when it comes to sustainability, Netflix does have sustainability with a couple factors. So they only have 8,600 employees. Like I mentioned in the video, the Mall of America has more employees than Netflix have right now. They have 11,000 employees, and that's on a good day, and like I think 10 on a bad day. But they have more employees than Netflix. So they can go the long way, but the bulk of their content is in their original content. So if a lot of people decided to not renew their contracts with Netflix and pretty much pull their content from Netflix, which the way it's looking, that is the way that it's trending, they are ready for it. But if that continues to happen, then that doesn't look good for Netflix unless they can pretty much produce a lot of content, and I'm talking about good content over the long run. And even then, the way that they distribute their content, with you being able to watch an entire season in one day if you wanted to, I love it as a consumer, but as an investor, I would want them to stretch it out the same way Disney Plus did with like The Mandalorian and other shows like that. I would want them to stretch it out. But like I said, as a consumer, I love it. But you would have to produce a lot. Like, the demand is so high in that field that you would have to supply even more or twice as more. So you could never really keep up with the demand in that service if you want it, because this is on demand and people will consume as much as you give them. So that's why I would say I would rather you slow drip it to people. But Disney Plus they can go the long distance because, like I already mentioned, they have huge box office hits that they can spin off into TV shows. And then when they do spin it off into TV shows, they usually do a show a week, or one episode a week, I should say. So you kind of get a slow drip. So they have a lot of content that they haven't even released yet. They're still in the production phases on a lot of shows that people are waiting for and clinging for, and pretty much are subscribing to their service just to get. So I will say that's the sustainability would have to go to Disney, even though they have a lot more employees. They have a lot of other companies that could weigh them down, but they just are profitable as a corporation right now. The streaming service is doing good. That is their next big profit moneymaker thing for them. So you got to give the sustainability to Disney. And I'm not biased because I don't own neither one of these companies. We're pretty much just analyzing two companies, looking at the numbers, and seeing what we get as the end result. So let's get to the last question at hand, the value, meaning at the price that it's selling at currently, if you purchase it for that price, are you getting a bang for your buck? Which meaning, like, is this company expected to be more profitable? And even if it's not expected to be more profitable, do I think that the price will go up in the short term, intermediate term, or long term? That could be another reason that kind of gives you the value. And for both of these companies, I'm going to say right off back, I have mentioned in those videos that I do see both of these companies going up in the short term. I've said that already. I do see both of these companies going up in the short term and in the intermediate term. But in the long term, and I stand by this, unless Netflix pretty much changes up something for the better, I don't see them going that far in the long term, going up in their price or their share price. They're not that profitable to begin with. They have negative cash flows, and they're selling for around $400 and something a share currently. So the boom for Netflix, I should say, is already kind of like priced into the price right now, which is why it has a crazy high price to earnings ratio, which means, like I've already said in that video, that a lot of people are expecting this company to be more valuable in the future. So they're willing to pay that premium now. And then in Disney's case, they have a more tractable price to earnings ratio, which is like at 44, which is good. And I do believe that they're going to be more profitable in the future. And I do believe, like, even in the short, medium, and long term, that this company can pretty much keep growing their revenues, and in turn turning their revenues into profits, and pretty much turning their profit into your profit, with the share price continuously going up. Like I said, I hope they split, because then I would definitely buy some shares. But even if they don't split, buying Disney at $120 a share is great, because their highest was $153 a share, and they're pretty much down from that. So buying it at $120 a share, and they was expected to go past that $150. So like I said, buying it at $120 a share currently would be the value pick for these pretty much two companies. And that's pretty much it. Like I said, if you want to buy Netflix, I do say that this company will go up in the future, but that's only because the way that investors are thinking currently, they're factoring it in. They're saying that a lot of people are at home. A lot of people are forced to stay at home in these current times. And a lot of companies said that if you're working from home, you don't have to come back to work. So a lot of investors are saying that, oh, that would make Netflix more profitable. But they only receive their whole revenue from their subscribers. That is it. They don't get anything from advertisement or anything like that. So pretty much what I'm saying is, if you already didn't have Netflix prior to being forced to stay in the house to quarantine yourself, I highly doubt that it is enough people that choose or decide to add Netflix to pretty much another bill in their house at these times. So, and even if it is, I doubt if it makes that big of a difference. They are all around the world, but they're not adding subscribers. Usually someone knows someone with a Netflix password. And it could be the same with Disney, but I just do believe that they can add more subscribers. So I would definitely put my money in Disney over Netflix right now, just because the number one reason is they're more diverse than Netflix. So they have other streams of income. So even if the streaming side doesn't work out, they still have other streams of income. I would definitely go with Disney over Netflix. And that's just me. So this could be like a value / growth stock, but I would definitely put this as a growth stock. But that's just my 2 cents. Like I always say, do your own research. Hope you enjoyed this episode of Battle of the Brands. If you want more videos like this, leave a comment down below. Hit the like button, please. Hit the subscribe button if you already haven't subscribed to my channel. And let's get it, let's do it.